Hello, today I'm going to talk about AI in education, and I've created an AI toolkit that I hope would be helpful to others that are trying to get started using AI in education. This is a new thing for me, and I hope the tools I have chosen um, would maybe be beneficial to you to use also. The first um, resource I picked was Copilot. Copilot is a tool that is used for lesson planning. It generates lessons on almost any topic in a matter of seconds. You simply put in your specifics and it pulls up materials for you to teach. I found this to be really beneficial as I'm teaching a unit right now on World War II. And when I pulled up Copilot, I was able to find tons of resources that I could use within my classroom to make lessons more engaging and all of those things. So I hope Copilot would be something useful for you. This is a view up from their website. It's very easy to use, and you can get on and mess around in there and see if there's some things you could find. The next resource I put into my toolbox is called Dreambox. And the graphic says your students dream big with Dreambox. What is great about Dreambox is it is an adaptive learning platform that leverages students where they are, and it also increases student engagement. It's a fun game like software that students will have monsters and fun characters that they're playing with, and the students will want to level up, and you'll find your students asking to want to be on this. So it uses evidence-based structured approach to better teach your students to read. How I would want to use Dreambox within my classroom, I put in a few little things about that. um, Dreambox in my classroom, what's great about it is it adapts to each student. It's math and literacy focused. Extensive data is provided, which allows me then to have a very targeted approach to teach my students where they are. The next tool that I put into my toolkit is called Turnitin. Turnitin is used for writing, and an issue I've had for many, many years is timely feedback in writing for my students. It's essential that we give our students timely feedback, and that is integral to their growth. So this allows me to provide student feedback that is personalized on their writing and how they can specifically improve. It's efficient and an objective approach. It provides feedback in a targeted area. So if you have a student that is constantly struggling with punctuation or grammar, it will give specific feedback in that area. And the feedback goes directly onto the student's writing so they can immediately respond and fix the areas that they might have. The next and last tool that I want to share with you today is ChatGPT. It has gained a lot of popularity over the last little bit, and a lot of people are beginning to use it within education. It has many uses in the elementary classroom. It can be used like Google, and you ask it questions, and the answers will be personalized. And the more it is used, the more the responses will be personalized to you. How you can use ChatGPT in your classroom. Something that has become a huge part of my teaching is rubrics, and ChatGPT can make a rubric for me very quickly by putting in the basics of my lesson, my intended outcomes, and it will produce a rubric that I can present and use with my students. It also is a great tool to create lesson plans, again, with many resources available to make more engaging learning for my students. And also, if I just put in keywords and topics, it will create a great academic task for my students to participate in. There have been a lot of concerns about AI with education. One of the main concerns that teachers may have or educators might have is the privacy concerns. Um, the issues with privacy is that students might share too much information or personal information, and so you have to be careful who gets to see what they create or what is out there. Also, the sources that are available. Using these are the credible sources. It's important that when the sources are available to use, that they have been cited and that teachers have access to those citations so they can determine the credibility of the sources that they're using. Another big concern, of course, is with misuse and academic integrity. It is very important that we as teachers really tackle the ethical piece of using AI in the classroom. If we're going to allow students to use it, we have to model that ethical behavior. And that comes back to the misuse and academic integrity as well. It needs to be modeled within the classroom. And these are just some of the concerns that we have with AI. Really, what is needed, teachers need more professional development and training in how to use these resources so that we can use them properly and the best way within our classroom. I hope you've learned some more about using AI in the classroom and have come up with some ways you could use it in your classroom.